Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. A little while ago I built myself a new gaming PC with the Ryzen Threadripper 2920X and it's been really good. However, I want to use the parts for another project that we've got coming up, so I decided that instead of like not having a gaming PC at all, that I would, it's kind of upgraded. It's not really an upgrade, it's more of a side grade, that I would side grade my PC with the Intel i9-9900KS. And if you're asking why I'm not doing like a 3950X or something like that, it's literally because I don't have one. I've got about 2 or 3 of these 9900KSs, so I thought it was time to go 5 gigahertz on my gaming PC. So come with me as we kind of do a tear down and build and chill video where I upgrade my gaming PC in my Fractal design Meshify C. Let's do it. As usual, these build videos aren't like a build guide, they're just here to inspire you to build your own PCs. And this PC in particular is my own personal rig. Well, it's one of my personal rigs, so yeah, I will be using it all the time, so there won't be a teardown video. However, there are some parts that I actually changed in this since doing the original build video, mainly just the AIO, because I put the deep cool AIO that was in this when we built it into my Threadripper workstation. But other than that, it's basically the exact same PC that we built all those months ago. Now, obviously I'm putting the 9900KS in it. I'm gonna do all of the cinematic stuff, but what I wanna do first is kind of tear this down with you guys so you can have a look at everything that's been put into it and we can chat about things like we usually do. I really like doing videos in this format now, so I'm just gonna keep doing it like that. So let's get the panels off and have a chat. All right, let's get that side panel off first, ladies and gents, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the hardware as we're doing this so you can get an idea of all the little bits that we use in this system. I don't like that this is just a piece of glass with some holes in it. I wish Fractal had done that a bit differently, but the case is pretty gorgeous. Wow, it's pretty dusty in there. I'll have to give that a bit of a clean. So one of the things that I changed in this, and you probably noticed that if you saw the original build video, was the CPU cooler. I ended up putting in the NZXT Kraken X72 because, yeah, I wanted to use that cooler for another build. And I also dropped it down to 32 gigs of RAM as well. I just kind of put them in those slots because I didn't really care. I have been playing on this system, but yeah, I haven't really been caring about it. So the first thing I want to do is actually go ahead and remove as much of this AIO and the GPU so we can get the motherboard out, because quite obviously I'm changing the motherboard because this motherboard clearly doesn't support a 9900KS. So let's get the GPU out. Now the GPU in this is an RTX 2080 Super. It's the Gigabyte Gaming OC edition and it's been pretty rock solid. Yeah, that's all I need. I only play at 1440p and it does the job pretty phenomenally, so yeah, I like it. Not overkill, it's kind of the sweet spot for 1440p in my opinion. Now the interesting thing about Threadripper coolers is they actually come with the Acertec bracket for them, so this Threadripper mount doesn't actually come with the cooler in the box. So if you're wondering like, why is your cooler fitting on Threadripper, that's the actual reason as to why. So what we're going to do is just, I won't drop it all the way out. Sorry, I'm trying to go as fast as possible because I want to get into building. I'm very excited. Now we can get the cooler out of the way. I'll just put that back on there for a second. Let's put 2 screws in. Don't worry, it's not going to live like that. I will be using this cooler again on the 9900KS, but what I think I might do is just pull the front panel off. It's pretty easy using this cooler setup actually, because I just use 4 screws to hold in the radiator. It's the same screws that I used with the deep cool setup. I might actually swap these out to thumb screws now, like the long thumb screws, to make my life easier if I need to do anything in the future. But yeah, let's just get the cooler completely out. Out should come. All right, and then we can clean all this up in a minute. Alrighty, let's get all of the things unplugged from the motherboard down below. Get the USB pulled out. Now, one of these USBs I don't need to use, so it's okay because the motherboard I'm swapping in only has one USB header, which is almost unbelievable and a little bit weird if I'm honest. And we can get this motherboard out now. Well, we should be able to, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the motherboard's out of the system. It's the ASRock X399 Professional Gaming. I'll put a PC part picker list in the description for the original build if you're interested to know what everything else was. Now we are going to keep a few things from this build. The two M.2 drives, this Seagate Fire CUDA and this Team Group drive with Windows on it. They will go back in onto the new motherboard so we can continue to use it, and yeah, I should be able to boot it up no problems without having to do any crazy tweaking. Despite what other YouTubers say, it's usually plug and play with other with other CPUs and motherboard combos. I never encounter any problems with it at all. Maybe because I'm running Windows 10 Enterprise, I don't know, I don't really care, it just works every single time. I'm knocking on wood here, just in case it doesn't work this time. But yeah, I'm gonna pull all of this off, and instead of you sitting around watching me remove all of this stuff, what we're gonna do is something that we do in every build video, and that is engage cinematic mode. Let's go. with that build. It's kind of not really a build, it's kind of like I swapped the motherboard and CPU and RAM out kind of thing, but yeah, it feels kind of like a new build to me. But let's talk about everybody's favorite part, the parts. Obviously, as the title of this video probably mentions, it's the i9-9900KS. I swapped it out for the Threadripper 2920X that I had in there before. Obviously, the board came out with it as well. The motherboard is the ASRock Z390 Phantom Gaming 9. It's kind of their second board down from their top of their Z390 lineup. I don't have the Phantom Gaming X because that would have been the board that would have gone in here otherwise. Obviously, I pulled the Corsair LPX RAM out and I put in the Thermaltake water RAM without the water block. I think it's the coolest looking RAM that's not RGB. It's just a real kind of sleepery look, and I like that because this machine's not meant to be super flashy. It's just meant to be my gaming PC. It lives underneath the desk on the floor on like a little elevated platform, so you basically never see it anyway. All of the fans are Cooler Master fans. In fact, I won't go into that because I've already talked about this in the original build, and I'll put a link to that in the top right hand corner and in the description with the original PC part picker list as well as a new PC part picker list for this one. But just in case you're interested, the CPU cooler is the NZXT Kraken X72. It's a 360mm AIO cooler. It's an Acertec based one, so I used another Acertec bracket. I had to convert it to the 11.5X mount. All the cables are the BitPhoenix Alchemy black paracord cable extensions. I think it's got like a 1200 watt power supply in it for some reason, which is completely overkill. You don't need that much power for a system like this. The GPU is the Gigabyte Gaming OC 2080 Super. I've had this GPU since it came out and I've used it in my personal gaming rig basically since then, so it's never really needed upgrading. And obviously the case. There's a fly flying around. Go away, little fly. Is the Fractal Design Meshify C. This is one of my favorite cases ever. We've already thermally tested this case. This case has been out for a very, very long time. But the reason why I like this case over a lot of other mid towers is the size. It is absolutely tiny, and it's just big enough to put in a front mounted AIO and a GPU, like a long GPU. I don't know how long this GPU is. I'm gonna say it's 290. I'm just gonna guess. I have no idea. Maybe it's 300. I don't know. But make sure you check as a cross-reference if you want to know the length of this GPU. And if it's anything like the size of this GPU, then it would probably fit. Now, I'm not going to do any gaming benchmarks for this system, even though it's my personal gaming rig. It's more of a time thing. I want to go and play Call of Duty. I need to unlock that crossbow. I'm about a third of the way there now, and I want to just wrap this up so I can go and unlock that crossbow. Yeah, cool. Anyway, guys, if you like the music that you heard in this video, let me know because I make the music, and if you want it, go over at our Patreon, and it's soon to be on FLOATPLANE as well. Yeah, that's basically all I've got to say. Did I miss anything, Claire? No. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do, and tell us what you hated about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. If you want to help support the channel, you can hit that join button down next to the subscribe button, or join us on FLOATPLANE. Anyway, I'm gonna go play some games. Time to power this down. Try not to break it as I do this. I literally want to go and play Call of Duty right now. I need that crossbow. I need it in my life. See you guys later.